With the 9th overall pick, the San Antonio Spurs select Jeremy Sochan. What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. Found a draft profile scouting report on all places in Atlanta Hawks webpage, and I thought it was a pretty good one, so I thought I'd share it with you as there are a lot of websites, fans, whatever, that think Jeremy Sochan could get drafted by our Spurs at number 9. I'm going to drop a link to the article down below in the comments if you want to read it on your own time. In regards to Jeremy, drop a comment down below yourself. Is this a player that you would love to get at number 9, and possibly why? Or are there other players that you would prefer at that spot? Hit that thumbs up if you like to help support a fellow Spurs fan, and subscribe for more Spurs content. So Jeremy Sochan, who is he and what does he do? 6'10", 19, more youth movement, year-old power forward, a position Spurs fans that we desperately need help at. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, but let's get into a little more about Jeremy. Who is he? Well, Sochan possesses one big, athletic, towering frame. Sochan put forth an exciting display of his versatile talent in his sole season with Baylor, highlighting a little bit of everything with his scoring package while dominating the paint with elite rebounding and superior defending. Rebounding is something we talk about a lot on this channel. We don't talk about practice. We talk about rebounding because the San Antonio Spurs, on an almost regular nightly basis, got crushed on the boards, giving up second chance opportunities, third chance opportunities, fourth chance opportunities. It was extremely frustrating. Of course, you can't always blame that on the team. We were undersized at times, running Keldon Johnson at power forward. My goodness, at times we had him at center. So bringing in a player with size is something the Spurs desperately need right now. In regards to Sochan, what's he bring to us offensively? He's got his combined strength, quickness, and burst. His combined strength, quickness, and burst. Sochan is, very difficult to stop when attacking the rim and crashes the glass at an elite level, especially on the offensive front. Jakob Poeltl, if he's going to stay with us, is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. If this kid could come in and also be a top 10, 15 type offensive rebounder in the NBA, we would have offensive rebounds all over the place. That's a good thing. Second chance, third chance, fourth chance opportunities for us, not them, for us. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. I don't know what I'm having fun. I love the Spurs, and I like to have fun. All right, anyway, to add to it, Sochan runs the floor in transition really well and is an underrated passer for his position. Okay, good to hear. So far, so good. Sochan illustrated some growth with his shot creation ability and demonstrated throughout the season that he can shoot from beyond the arc as well. All right, so he's a solid shooter, and stretch forward would certainly not hurt this team. Doug McDermott was our starting power forward for most of last season, except for when he was injured, which was quite often. So replacing him with somebody that can also shoot the three, but can hit the rebounds, hit the boards much, much better than he can, that would certainly be an upgrade. Defense, what do they have to say about him defensively? The defensive talent that Sochan has is simply nothing short of spectacular and is arguably the biggest reason why he could go top 10 in the draft this year. With the ability to guard all, not one, not two, not three, not four, 5 positions and on the floor and match both the physicality and speed, but wow, I suck at reading, and speed, both forwards and guards can throw him. So he brings an aggressiveness and competitiveness to his defensive game that can be suffocating to work against, using his long reach to swipe away at steals and interrupt passing lanes. This sounds like a player that could be elite defensively and have the offense to go with it. And I've said many times on this channel, this team for so many years had elite two-way players in David Robinson, in Tim Duncan, and in number 2. DeJounte Murray, maybe on the cusp of joining that group. It's only been 1 year. If he has quite a few more years like he had last season, then we can start talking about that. But right now, we can't do that after one season. Got to maintain it over some time. So his leaping ability, instincts, and closeout speed do make him a dangerous shot blocker. Now, reading here, while he didn't block a lot of shots in college, it sounds like the potential could be there as he gets more acclimated to the game of basketball and defensive schemes and da-da-da-da-da. Anyway, what exactly is... Oh, there's more. What stands out most when it comes to Sochan's defense... Oh, there's more on his defense. All right. What stands out most when it comes to Sochan's defense is that he plays with a lot of heart, energy, and toughness and confidence. This really came to life when Baylor took on UNC in the second round of the Big Dance, where Baylor was able to pull out a miraculous comeback after being down 25 points to force overtime. From diving on the floor for contested balls to his swift movement both inside and out to interrupt shots to his in-your-face presence he brought with nearly every opponent he matched up against. Sochan played a very crucial role in Baylor's second-half comeback and proved how talented of a defender he truly is. When I see that, contested balls, diving, immediately I think of a guy that just left our team and is now on his way to the NBA Finals. I think of Derek White. The stuff that it didn't show up in the box score, in the stats, on Basketball Reference, those little things that can help change a loss to a win just by diving after that loose ball that was going out of bounds and saving that possession for your team or creating a turnover. So those, well, creating a turnover would be a steal, but you get what I'm saying. Just the little things that don't always show up statistically, but do help you get wins. Derek White was very good at that, and I think that's why this certainly helped the Celtics get to the finals, even if it's not showing in his Basketball Reference stats. And it's this. I like what I'm reading. He has some upside. We're going to talk about that. He does have some downside too. So what is his upside? Because of his physical traits and overall skill set, Sochan's upside is another major reason why he could be drafted a lot higher within the top 10 of the draft. It's also only 19, so a lot of upside and possibly a high ceiling. There you go. It says right there. Sochan has a very high ceiling with the type of raw athleticism he has at his disposal at such a young age. Try to fathom how that will look 5 years from now. Okay? But there's also some negatives. What are the downsides? Shooting just 29.8% for three-point range, so kind of contradicting what they said about being able to hit the three. I guess he can hit the three. He's not shooting 0%, but 30% is certainly not what we're looking for per se, and a measly 58.9% from the free throw line, which means at the end of the game, if Jeremy and Jakob, another double J connections on the floor, the old Hack-a-Yak or Hack-a-Jeremy, the Hack-a-J named player could be in full swing, as we could have two players on the floor who can't shoot free throws, and that is not a good thing when you're trying to close out a game. We saw quite a few instances last year where the Spurs missed a crap ton of free throws. The Lakers game, when that went to overtime, is the first one that pops in my mind. They lost the game because they missed so many free throws at the end of the game. Yeah, there are reasons they lost, but it cost. I feel it cost them the game. So that's really scary. Sochan will have to improve his effectiveness in those areas if he really wants to live up to the offensive threat he can be. He also struggles with turnovers and foul trouble. Now, he's only 19, only played 1 year of college ball as a freshman. The positives do sound like they outweigh the negatives. And there was a little clip here I wanted to show you guys. Just imagine free will. Headband guy over on the left. Pretend that's DeJounte Murray. And this is what's about to happen. Because we did not see this much with the Spurs this year, Spurs fans. DeJounte drives, throws it up. Boom! Shakalaka! Thunder! Dunk of justice for Jeremy Sochan! Just little things, right? Just something like that. Having the ability to have a player like that can go up and throw it down and finish that. Because, let's be quite honest, Jakob Poeltl just is not that guy. I wish he was. He's been a fantastic player for, but we don't have that type of finisher on the team. I think this could be a good pick. It could be a pick that Spurs fans it might not be the flashy pick. Like, say, a Jalen Duren would be the kind of flashy pick. Like, oh, this guy's, going to just throw down dunks left and right. And, he's a top 5 prospect that maybe dropped down a little bit. But, man, blah, blah, blah. People will just be excited about what he brings to the table. This might be the less flashier pick, per se, but this could end up being the better pick for the Spurs. If the Spurs picked him, I would certainly be happy with the pick. Wish him luck. I said I was going to talk about power forward and the fit for the Spurs. Well, we need a starting forward with size. I think that's crucial for this team. I know a lot of you say, well, positionally, people play whatever position. Doesn't really matter much anymore with positions. You might be right there. I can't really argue that. But when you have 4 guys on the floor that are about 6'5", plus Jakob Poeltl, that's not going to help us win games. We won some games. I think we can win more games if we have a guy out there like him who can play. They said he can play all 5 positions. I think that would help the Spurs. We really need a power forward that can grab some boards, play defense, maybe still stretch the floor a little bit as he grows into a three-point shot. When you look at the roster right now, our power forwards listed, there's 3. Doug McDermott, he's not a power forward. He's a small forward. He's 6'7". He can't rebound for S to the hit. No disrespect. I like him. I was rooting for him last year, but he's not the long-term answer as a starting 4. I like Keldon Johnson. He's not listed a power forward. He played the position a lot. He played out of position and obviously did his best. Whether you like Keldon or not, he was at a disadvantage a lot because a lot of power forwards he was playing were 6'8", 6'9", 6'10". He was just undersized. Zach Collins is listed a power forward of the team. He's always an injury concern. I don't know if the Spurs even have him in their long-term plans, so big question mark there. And the last power forward we have listed on the roster is Devontae Cook. And he might not even be on the team next year. He barely played this season with the San Antonio Spurs. Spent most of his time in Austin where he dominated. But when he came up to San Antonio, he dominated the bench. Last but not least, Keita Bates-Diop. He's a role player. He played a power forward. I like KBD. He would have a great game, every other month. But overall, just, he's a solid, consistent role player. But clearly, I don't think he's the starting answer at 4. And this could be the guy. Now, we've talked about, we'll just end this with this. Could the Spurs possibly draft Jalen Duren at number 9. Then we still have an issue at power forward, possibly. I think we have just an issue across the board with bigs on our team right now, Spurs fans. I've already mentioned the lack of a really true power forward. I guess maybe Kaycock could be that. Maybe Collins. Still a lot of question marks with both those guys, and neither might be on the team next year. Only half of Zach Collins' contract is guaranteed for I think $3.5 million. And then centers, Jakob Poeltl, Jacques Landale, and then Zach Collins is also our backup center. And all three of them could be off the roster after next season if the Spurs don't re-sign Jakob, Landale. I mean, we got a lot to fix the 4 and 5 spot. So if we were to take Jeremy Sochan at number 9, there is a slight chance, probably not likely, but Mark Williams could drop to 20. I was able to get Mark Williams in one of my mock drafts at 20. I certainly would be happy if they took him. Or maybe they trade one of their picks to move up. I don't know what's going to happen. They could draft Jalen Duren at number 9 and maybe take one of the better power forwards that's still available at 21, 20 and 25, I think we pick. There's so many question marks, and I think I'm going to do more draft videos than I did previous seasons because we have 4 picks. We have 4 picks. As far as first round, I suppose I could do maybe 1 or 2 more videos. Well, not first round, sorry. Pick number 9, 1 to 2 more videos of guys that have been talked about it going this spot. I'm not going to do a draft profile on Keegan Murray. I don't see any way he is going to be there at number 9. If we trade up before the draft, then I will certainly address it. But right now, it just doesn't make sense to talk about him because I don't think we're going to get him. Terry Eason? Am I saying that right? Is there a chance we could pick him at number 9? I'll do a little research, and if there is, I'll do a video on him. And then I think I could start doing some videos on the other 2 picks in the first round, and also that pick in the second round. A lot of you are talking about Kai Soto. I feel like I'm just going to do a video just because you want it. You obviously want him on the team. So many question marks, Spurs fans. And let's not forget, we could end up having a lot of cap room if we don't sign Lonnie Walker or any of the other players that are ready to will have their contracts expiring. Not to mention the fact, could they trade Jay Rich, Doug McDermott? It's an exciting offseason, but just a lot of question marks everywhere. And I want to do as many videos as I can with time and obviously still enjoying them. You can see I'm enjoying this video. I'm rambling right now and just goofing around in the video, but having fun. I like talking about the team, and I might goof around Spurs fans, but I do take my San Antonio Spurs seriously. But I don't know what the front office is going to do because so many things could happen between now and June 23rd, which is only 3 weeks away. Not to mention the fact, could we grab a player in free agency? Could we sign a big-name free agent like a Zach LaVine? Do they actually go after DeAndre Ayton? Does somehow Bradley Beal come here, which just turns everything upside down on what we're going to do moving forward? No matter what happens, it's a fun time to be a Spurs fan. And as always, go Spurs, go!